So today marks our last day in Alicante. We just boarded a train and we are headed to Madrid. Today we're traveling on an AVE train, which can go. Today we're traveling. Do you know what I'm going to say?
So today we're traveling on a high-speed AVE train, Alicante to Madrid.
How fast does it go?
Yeah.
Today we're traveling on an AVE high-speed train, which can go as fast as 300 kilometers per hour. That means the entire duration of our trip will be just about 2.5 hours.
From Alicante to Madrid.
Yes. Hello, my wife is lovely. I love her a lot. I am not annoyed with her. She is wonderful. This train is so comfortable.
All the trains we've taken in Spain have been really comfortable and clean and spacious.
And we have arrived. This morning we woke up at the Air Rooms Hotel at the Madrid Airport. We're on our way to Turkey. So currently we're in Terminal 4. We need to get over to Terminal 1 and we're just about to jump on a bus that's going to take us over there. Right now it's about minus 3 degrees Celsius.
It's a little chilly this morning.
What's the Fahrenheit conversion?
I think 29, something like that.
29. So it's a little cold, but we'll be inside pretty soon. And hopefully we'll get a little breakfast.
Welcome to the lounge. Now time for some coffee.
Time for a little lunch. So we made it through passport control in Türkiye, and we're now in the Istanbul airport. We had a bit of a mishap with our eVisas. For whatever reason, they were not recognized and not in the system, which meant that we had to go buy visas, which actually didn't take very long. Cost a little over $60 for the two of us. A little bit stressful, but it was worth it to just get that bureaucracy out of the way. And we are now sitting in a lounge, enjoying a little dinner, and we'll be heading off to our next flight, which will take us to our final destination, which is Ismir. Heading to international baggage claim at Ismir, I feel like a little bit like I'm on a road.
We made it to Ismir, and welcome to the party bus that picked us up.
So we just made it to the hotel. The front desk closes at midnight, and we maybe made it with, 20 minutes.
About 20 minutes.
20 minutes to spare. We were a little worried, but now we're in our hotel room. We've got a nice double bed with an extra
twin
and a nice bathroom too. Nice big shower.
Yeah.
So
perfect.
We are going to call it a day. We did actually learn
what to do and more of what not to do today. So sadly, our time in Spain had to come to an end. We had started out in Zaragoza in the fall, spent a beautiful Christmas there, then headed down to Alicante, a little warmer weather, and from there, originally, we were going to go to Croatia. However, just after the new year, we found out some interesting news.
When we booked all of our Airbnb and airfare to Croatia, knowing confidently that it's not in the Schengen Zone. For those of you that are unfamiliar with the Schengen Zone, it's a fairly large group of countries that have open borders, and you can stay in that entire area for a period of no more than 90 days.
And it's basically the whole of Western Europe.
Yes.
And some of Eastern Europe as well.
So what most people do if you're traveling around Europe for, say, more than 90 days is you find another country that's not part of the Schengen Zone and you go spend some time there. We chose Croatia, which many people do. However, we didn't know that Croatia was just about to be admitted into the Schengen Zone.
Yeah.
So this is one of those things that mistakes you don't want to make that we made, which was we were not exactly on top of the situation, but there was, in hindsight, no way to actually know that they were going to be admitted.
And they were admitted, I think, mid-December was the vote by the Schengen countries to allow Croatia in. They got in, and boy, was it a surprise for us because they had been petitioning for several years and nothing happened, and then all of a sudden, boom, they're in, which meant, boom, we can't go there. So we spent a very stressful couple of days in January, early January, figuring out where are we going to go next.
So luckily we were able to refund all of those reservations, and we decided we would head over to Turkey instead.
In the lead up to getting to Istanbul, you have to get visas that are actually pretty easy to do online. There's an eVisa website, fairly straightforward. We got those, had the file saved, the whole thing. We're in the Istanbul airport, which is actually a really nice airport, and we get to border control, and all of a sudden, they can't find our visas. He said, okay, now you have to go get the stamp visas, which you can do anyway. You don't necessarily have to get an eVisa. It's just a really easy thing to do.
And probably smart because that way, well, I was going to say that way you're guaranteed entry, but you're not guaranteed entry.
Guaranteed entry.
You probably have a little bit more confidence, like we did, that you would have
Just,
more or less a simple process
entry,
through
yes.
passport control.
Yes.
However, it was not too complicated. If this does happen to you, we're not exactly sure what was going on. It was kind of like, oh, it's not here, problem. We didn't get a very clear explanation, but I think it was probably in our best interest not to make a big deal about it. We were able to walk over to a visa.
Stamped visa. That's
yes.
what they call it.
So we were able to withdraw some money, pay for the visa, and then go back through passport control, and very simply made our way into the country. So if that does happen to you, don't panic. We were a little panicked. Don't panic.
It was stressful at the moment.
It was.
It really was. It was stressful, but there was an easy solution. We got through it, and everything was fine.
We made our way into Türkiye. Something to think about when making a hotel reservation is make sure that you have plenty of time to check in, or there's not a check-in cutoff time, because you don't want to run into the situation that we very, very nearly ran into ourselves, which is that we would not have had a hotel to stay in, and we would have had to find some kind of alternate arrangement.
We will not forget our first entry into Turkey, that is for sure.